What is up, guys? T here, and welcome to our very first episode of our Minnesota Vikings franchise that I'm starting right here on YouTube. Um, why I chose the Vikings? I don't know how many times I gotta get this across to you guys. I'm a die-hard Vikings fan. I live in Minnesota. I'm a die-hard fan for all of our teams. Do I admit that some of our teams may suck at the moment? Yes. Do they suck at times? Yes. Do the Vikings have a bad history with kickers? Hell yes. And I felt the pain. I have felt the pain. But we're going to come in here. We're going to be the new head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, guys. I don't play a lot of franchise, but I play a lot of franchise. Like, I may play, a season and a half here, and then, I might not play it for another, month. But I said this is perfect just because I can record the videos for you guys and just have them stockpiled and, dropping them. Boom. Especially if you guys are loving it, it'll get me to start playing it more, and I can drop even more videos more frequently. So, probably you're watching this, I'm probably already, mid-season, or I'm in the playoffs by now, or, I'm in the next season where I've already drafted. It's gonna be giving me the ability to, stockpile these videos up and drop them at a frequency that you guys want them. Or you guys aren't feeling them this week, next week I drop 2 of them because you guys are just really liking how the season's going and you guys are getting into it. So you guys just leave a like, leave comments, and don't forget to subscribe. That's super important. But just leave likes, comments, tell me you guys are enjoying it, and I could drop these as fast as you guys need them. So definitely, if I'm seeing the love, we can definitely. But we're first week against the Falcons. We got to prepare for that. But I'm gonna catch you guys up with some of our off-season moves that we made during the preseason. One of our first moves of the Vikings franchise during the preseason was I decided to trade Laquan Treadwell for a 5th-round pick to the Browns. This is a trade or not trade that we would make. We are trying to, in real life, Vikings are trying to trade Laquan Treadwell. But I think if we can't find a trade within the next week or two, in real lifetime, we're going to probably just release him before next week. Within the next week, probably release him if we can't get any trade offers. But I said, hey, it's a 5th-round pick. We get a 5th-round pick. We could, get a wide receiver late in the draft, or we get someone else late in the draft that falls to us, and hopefully hit big on the draft. Look, the Browns. This is a, to me right now, nobody walks out of a loser unless Laquan Treadwell develops into, a Pro Bowl caliber receiver or something. Like he's just something crazy to the Browns offense that helps them. I feel like this is a win-win. We get a 5th-round pick. They get a young receiver that, he's not bad, but he's just not gonna fit into this offense right now. We get a 5th-round pick this year. Since now we need to replace Laquan Treadwell on this offense with a new receiver, I said let's go out and I looked at all the free agent wide receivers that are on the market right now, and I said let's go get Rashad Matthews. He's still, I wouldn't say young, but he's in that towards that back end of his prime, and he's on a 1-year deal. If he plays good enough, maybe he sticks around. If he starts digressing or he doesn't start playing good, maybe we get rid of him at the end of the year. If he gets injured a lot, same thing. But he's on a 1-year deal. He has good, 87 catch. He's decent route runner, decent, short mid route runner. He's gonna be that good slot guy. We have him, Chad Beebe, kind of switching off. We got some rookies that we could develop, and I feel like this is gonna be our year, bringing in a new wide receiver. For this move, Michael Johnson, he's 32. He's in that back end of his prime, like, Rashad Mathis. A lot of these free agents, we're getting the back end of their prime. Either we're getting young guys that I see potential in, developing and, becoming something on the team, or guys that are, just going to be those backups. Injuries happen. Injuries do happen. So we're going to bring him in. He's going to be just that backup. And the last move we'll be making in free agency, this is, throughout the preseason that you guys are seeing this. But I decided to go out and get Jeremy Parnell. We're going to be moving him from right tackle all the way over to left tackle. Or we're going to move Brian O'Neill from right tackle all the way to left tackle. One of them is going to be moving from right tackle to left tackle. Just then we have a balanced O-line. Because that's one thing the Vikings did this past offseason in real life, is improve our O-line to protect our $1 million quarterback Kirk Cousins, the brother man himself. So one of them's going to be moved from right tackle to left tackle to stretch our line. Alright, in our last trade of the preseason, we'll be sending a third round pick in 2021, which is 2 drafts from now. It's not this next draft, but it's the one after. Yep, third round pick in that draft, and Riley Reef for a 5th round pick in that same draft. Riley Reef, we need to kind of, we're going to take a little bit of the hit off his cap, but we need just to clear that money off the books, off the jump. We had to kind of throw in that 3rd round pick to kind of sweeten the deal for them, but we get that 5th round pick in return. Okay, now that you guys have seen some of our moves that we made, might as well look at the team depth chart wise. I cut our 3rd string quarterback. Was it Sean McManus? McMahon? Kyle Sloter. He's a preseason legend. In real life, 10 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. I think over 1,500 yards, no interceptions. I think he threw his first interception this past Thursday when we played the Bills in real life. That was, I think, the first interception he's thrown in the preseason. And it was also our very first preseason loss with Mike Zimmer as our coach. Mike Zimmer, well, he's been our head coach for 4 years. I'm going to say 4 years, 4 or 5 years. Never lost a preseason game until we lost to the goddamn Bills. Dirty Bills. But right now, our rookies, Garrett Bradbury, he was our 7th round pick, 7th pick in the draft last year, 1st round. We got Irv Smith, potential, he's our backup. Who else did we draft that was good? In real life, Danny, was it Drew Samia, however you pronounce it. He's got a lot of potential. I feel like him or Pat Elflein flips over to that right guard position, and they both, they locked on our guard positions right there. Pat Elflein was our center. We got Bradbury, stretching our line. We're trying to get a lot of guys in our offensive line system that can, stretch the line out. Centers that can play guards that can play center, guards that can play right tackles that can play guard, Because we struggle with injuries on the O-line, and plus our O-line was terrible last year. Terrible. I think the only bright spots we had last year was Pat Elflein and Brian O'Neill. And I feel like Brian O'Neill has the potential to be a really good right tackle just because of his athleticism. Was a former tight end in high school, pretty sure. He went to Pitt. Yep, went to Pitt. And that's when they moved him from tight end into, the tackle position. So, but on this team, this coming year, we struggle with one thing. Money. We had to sign Kyle Rudolph. We got to sign... Who else do we have to sign? I'm pretty sure we have to sign Daniel. No, we don't have to sign Daniel. We have to sign Who else do we have to resign? Trey Waynes, I know. Maurice Alexander. We got to resign. I think Everson Griffin. I think, you know, a bunch of role players. Also, I did simulate the preseason. I left the injuries on because that's realistic, and Anthony Barr is injured for 7 weeks. So we'll be starting the season off without Anthony Barr. So that'll definitely be a huge blow to our defense. Definitely, you know, especially in coverage-wise, because he's a really good coverage linebacker, and an also really good blitzing linebacker. So that'll be a big blow to our defense. But other than that, guys, let's get into our very first game of the season against the Arizona. I said Arizona. The Atlanta Falcons. Almost said the Arizona Falcons. Ah, I'm already fucking up. But let's get straight into it, guys. Catch you right into the game. And the Vikings season has kicked off. Let's go.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let you guys know I am playing on custom rosters that I made, and you guys tell me if you guys see any like small things I need to tweak. But I'm just kind of, you know, filling out these new rosters. You know, I've turned down the punting accuracy, kicking accuracy, just because, you know, every kicker is not going to make every single kick. There's kickers that, you know, they miss easy kicks. So, I tweaked the accuracy on some of these kicks. Ooh, got roughing the passer.
Game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation.
Fighting for that first down.
Would get the victory in OT 30 to
red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard season.
And now look at this.
All right, we just got to play a bend, don't break defense.
Lucky Julio.
Oh, and they run it straight up the middle. Dang, the one time we don't stack the box right there. Hey, that's just bad defensive call on our part. We just got to get together and pull one for the team. Alright guys, let's get down there and score our own touchdown, man. Can't let the Falcons outshow us right there. Ooh, just couldn't get those holes open.
Dictated by their head coach, Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
No gain that time on the completion.
And can also make a lot of tackles, and at times can stay on the field and serve a linebacker role as well.
They go play action. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. Well, this is
Thielen, let's go, baby.
3 yards that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Draw play. Cousins to Cook.
First down, let's go. Let's get this ball moving.
Lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Oh, pick. Man, we're moving that ball so well. I shouldn't have tried to throw it up in there.
His guys
on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan.
Let's go, Eric Kendricks making plays out here.
They'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's going to get this to about rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos. Change the play calling, what?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection.
Chad BB. Oh, go all the way, my guy. Chad BB out here trying to earn that contract.
Cousins now.
Let's go, Thielen.
Touchdown Vikings. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as they are now on the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle.
Looking for Jones.
Ben Gideon. Let's go.
And his guys are going to take over at the
other team.
Man, this is giving me reminiscence of that, 2017, 2018 Vikings team. The defense rallies that offense. Offense rallies the defense. We just roll off each other's energy.
Following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Just need Diggs to get open in that middle of the field. Let's go, Diggs. Let's go over the top of their heads. Let's go.
And they always tell you don't press, you'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little
Dang,
bit.
that's Julio right there.
Interception, he wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And finding the tight end Hooper.
Ooh.
And he slips
They're moving down the field too.
Before being tackled. 15 yards, 1st down Atlanta. To throw is wrong for Ryan and the Falcons. Now it's Ryan. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now,
man, we're coming in this game just trying to manage our lead and just keep playing good defense like we have.
This is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers or counters.
He's got daylight.
Ooh, hopefully this is on the defense because this is a big run for Dalvin Cook.
Take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to
Dang.
points on the board just yet.
Some cookies, man. Let's take it back to the house. Oh, that guy was just unblocked. I was like, hey, there's the safety and the 2 safeties, man. That's all I had to beat, and then that corner came off the edge.
7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
Ooh, get that 1st down.
After a gain of 3, leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offense.
Chad BB, let's go.
As you noted, where the 1st down marker was.
Hey, maybe we didn't even need Rashad Matthew, man. Chad BB's a great 3rd option out there.
6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Again, it's Cook. And he won't be close.
Oh man, we're just trying to play it safe. Don't put too much pressure on trying to throw it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see
Ooh,
what they have
missed the tackle.
Because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go
on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
Oh, we can't leave Julio open in the middle of that field.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan.
Oh, Mohamed Sanu.
Sanu, 39 yards.
One-on-one with,
Save an extra point
was
away
that
now from
Rhodes?
tying this football
Was that
game.
Wayne's? I think that
And
was
there they got him
Wayne's.
the ball. Just get it to him, let him do
No,
the
that was
rest.
Holton
You know,
Hill.
he probably said that to his
One-on-one
quarterback as he
with
broke the
Holton
huddle.
Hill.
I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right?
Ball
Last
down the
time.
field.
See
We
if
just
they
gotta
can
have
get
Kirk
something
Cousins
going on this drive.
and Delvin Cook move
As
this.
they head to the field now, with the game this close, you gotta
Let's
think
go,
there's a sense of
Delvin.
urgency for them going on offense right now.
We're really relying on
To do
Delvin to
it
just get
without
these,
letting
simple
panic creep in
yardage.
and affect their play.
You know,
Give
we
him
know he
13
could break it
yards
off
on the
big
opening play of
if
the
he gets
drive.
that
This will
opening.
give him a first down. From the 40 now on second down. Cousins. And complete. Right side. The
Let's
tight
go,
end,
Rudolph.
I think the blitz are still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Diggs! Diggs to the house! Diggs to the house! Let's go! Shaking off the defenders.
Stephon Diggs. Already his second touchdown here in this opening week. Last go around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because
One thing I think that's
Ben Gideon has been missing a lot of tackles out there.
and because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run
Ooh.
extra plays, harder to move it. Be aware, a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan, man
Ooh.
open, that's Calvin Ridley. And here he'll be.
There, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on second down. Ryan inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll look to throw.
That's a nice
Ooh.
job right there. It gave him
Bend
a
but do
successful
not break.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. So now what can they do on third? Here's Ryan. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Tell you what,
Oh, let's go!
tight spots all game long. That
Clutch
throw,
swat right at the end.
to go in the game.
And that would do it, guys. Minnesota Vikings starting off our season 1-0 with a 14-21 victory over the Atlanta Falcons.
As final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football
Yeah.
where we shake
Cousins goes 13 for 14 with 228 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they go down to defeat here in the
Dalvin
opener,
Cook
and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at
with
home.
17 rushes for 106 yards. He didn't get any touchdowns, but just put the ball on the ground and put your trust in Dalvin. He's not gonna fumble it. He's just pound that rock. Diggs with 78 yards, 4 receptions. Chad Beebe with 3 receptions and 63 yards. Sleeper on the team right there. Kyle Rudolph, 2 clutch, move the chains catches right there. Thielen just in with his, 2 receptions, 39 yards and a touchdown in the red zone. Big moves by this team. Definitely give the game ball to Stephon Diggs. Definitely Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith, and Ben Gideon really helped on our defensive side of the ball. And that would do it, guys, for the very first episode of the Minnesota Vikings franchise. Hopefully to catch you guys once again in those stands with our fans rooting on our Minnesota Vikings in episode 2. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.